will surrender to my greatest, highest good.
Sweet.
I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free, as I continue walking in this mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am kinder every moment, every day, and I'm more loving every moment, every day. I will surrender every moment, every day.
I can sing, but I can't do that well. Well, I want to welcome all of you folks here today. These are one scripture that is always, I think, important at this time in this world where we seem to just never have enough time. We're always running late. That we read from Ecclesiastes, for everything there's a season, and there's a time. Time to kill and a time to heal. Time to break down and a time to build up. Time to weep and a time to laugh. Time to mourn and a time to dance. Time to throw away stones and a time to gather stones together. Time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. Time to seek and a time to lose. And a time to keep and a time to throw away. Time to tear and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. Time to love and a time to hate, time for war and a time for peace, and the one that this time we gather to remember. This is the third memorial I've done on the last month. And, you know, I've done hundreds of it through the years, but the thing that's, two words are beginning really now at this point to run through my mind. Remember and remind. And today we remember Phyllis. But as we remember her, we're also reminded of the times and places and events when she was a part of our lives. And while she's not physically here, as long as those memories run through your minds, she's not gone. She's not fully departed. Physically, she's not here, but that other part of her is, and will be with you as long as your memory exists. Life is a mystery. When you think about it, the thing that I always think, how does that little egg and sperm, two cells get together and life comes out of that? Now we can describe it, but we don't know how. That's just one of the mysteries that's in life. And, because life is just so much more than what seems to be on the surface. Another thing been going through my mind with these, I don't know if you're familiar with the play Our Town, but it deals with the death of a young person. And the person is remembering, and that person, the totality of existence, but it starts with a name, Phyllis, on a street, in a city, in a county, in a state, in a nation, on a continent, on a planet, in a galaxy, in the universe, in the mind of God. And that's, we don't very often think life is that kind of thing, but if one would trace it, life exists, we exist in the mind of God, the one that spoke us into existence in the very first place. Death brings this part of our life to a close, but that's only a part of it, because our existence continues through that whole trail that ultimately winds up in the mind of God, and there we continue to exist. Life at this level has changed, but life continues into that next level. So today we gather to remember, and as we remember, to remind, and to mourn, share stories, and I hope to share the stories. There will be laughter, there will be tears, but that's a remembering, that's a continuation of her being. And then we shall end, as we always do, at that time when we release her from the presence and the eternal presence of God. Now, we have some things to read. Tammy will have some things to read. And we'll go from there. These are from Phyllis, or from Phil's granddaughter Kaylee, for Mrs. Poole. The title is In Memory of My Mother, Sense and Nonsense from 1943. If I were an artist and could paint scene and land, I would paint a picture and I would make it grand. I would paint from memory the view of the home place and the crowning that picture would be Mother's face. I'd paint a picture of the time when I knelt at her knee and the beauty of that face would be her love for me. I'd also have an image of that face that would rest in the times I was the cause of seeing her distressed. Yet those pictures of memory, impossible to paint with my cherished mother, who I know is a saint, have left their influence with me and engraven on my heart until my time on death is spent. They never will depart. And then, great niece Nikki, lives in North Carolina, Nikki lost her mother Sherry at the tender age of 2. My mom and I developed a strong bond with Nikki, and we are grateful that she's blessing us with her words of support. Alice was a wonderful radiant to me. I remember her when I was growing up and she would come back to Michigan for a family visit. She shared her love of family with everyone at the gathering and told us stories of her travels. She was so fun to listen to. Her laughter would bring smiles to our faces. As a younger person, she even took an interest in catching up with me and my current events, activities. Over the years, with Tammy's help, Aunt Phyl gave me precious memories and treasured photos and mementos of my mother and grandmother. She shared her memories of my mom, which were pieces of my mother's lost history that I never knew. Because of her love, Aunt Phyl helped connect me to the remembrance of my mother through others. Aunt Phyl passed down her legacy of love and family from generation to generation. She is greatly missed by those she leaves behind. Her memory comforts our grieving, and we look forward in hope to the day when we will see her again. We love you, Aunt Phyl. Thank you for loving us. I knew I was going to fall apart here. So now faith, hope, and love abide, these three. But the greatest of these is love. That's from 1 Corinthians. And God will wipe away all tears from their eyes. There shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. For the former things have passed away. From Revelation, all things are changed. Okay, we are ready for a song.
Every once in a while, I play hide and seek with you in your mind. Every once in a while, you see the signs that I leave behind. But every once in a while, you're up all night, tossing, turning with questions why. Teardrops soak your pillowcase. I brush my hand across your face. Please understand it was my time, and there's no such thing here as goodbye. I live in memories that we made, and I'm watching new ones you create. Every once in a while when you think of me, I hope it's with a smile, 'cause I'm watching you. Never leaving you behind, I'm standing next to you. Don't you see the signs I'm sending you on that hummingbird flying circles round and round your head? Shiny pennies that you love to find, heaven sent. 3 a.m. in your dreams when I hold you tight. Yeah, every once in a while when you think of me, smile, 'cause I'm watching you. Every once in a while, you drive that extra mile so you can talk to me. You're not crazy. Yeah, I love those times when you laugh, then you cry, then you laugh again, 'cause you saw the signs. Oh, talk to me, I'm listening. Can't you tell by the way I'm answering? I'm the message in the song on the radio. I'm the fragrance in the air that comes and goes. I'm the joke you shared so long ago that you tell yourself when you're all alone. I'm the ring when no one's there on the telephone. And how I love it when you get it, you can feel my soul. Every once in a while when you think of me, I hope it's with a smile, 'cause I'm watching you. Never leaving you behind, I'm standing next to you. Don't you see the signs I'm sending you on that hummingbird flying circles round and round your head? Shiny pennies that you love to find, heaven sent. 3 a.m. in your dreams when I hold you tight. Yeah, every one. 'cause I'm watching you. Every once in a while when you think of me, I hope it's with a smile, 'cause I'm watching you. Never leaving you behind, I'm standing next to you. I know you see the signs I'm sending you. I'm that hummingbird flying circles round and round your head. Shiny penny that you love to find, heaven sent. 3 a.m. in your dreams when I hold you tight. Oh, every once in a while when you think of me, that's me loving you. Every once in a while I play hide and seek with you in your mind. Every once in a
She just wants to hear the song again.
Okay, that was a special song because Dad didn't have much of belief when, I don't know if it's working. Up close, like that? Okay. Dad didn't have any belief when he was in his body, and I was coaching him through his last breath, and I said, Dad, he's got to get to his dying part, and he'll be fine. and I was up close, and I could smell that morphine, yeah, thank you, that they put on him, and I went to take my sleeping pills since I have such bad sleeping issues, and a few hours later I walked right into that smell, and I said, yeah, Dad, you're talking to the choir, go comfort Mom and Kaylee, I told you. And he got really good with signs. He sends birds all over the place, big birds everywhere, ducks on my roof, hawks over my car. When Mom and I would go to the yard, come out, there'd be hawks over the car, hawks over the grave here sometimes, big herons that flew over our yard. At one time there was a coin on my chair, and or the car that I was getting in and out of all day long, and there's this quarter, and I'm like, okay, Dad, you usually send me birds, but I'll accept this quarter, and something told me to flip it over, and there was a bird on the other side of the quarter, so that went in my journal, and of course I was coaching Mom for 12 years. She was play with me all the time, listen to my songs, my podcasts, whatever I'm doing, do Reiki on her, astrology. She was up for everything I was studying, and I would be telling her all these signs, and she got her own, and she got even better ones than I did. She actually saw Dad, and I was like, man, you have a powerful spirit, because I haven't been able to see Dad, and you're not even trying. And I was jealous, and she saw him not only once, but twice, and her father twice, and then she would kind of just shrug and say, well, you know, and then question it, and I go, seriously? You saw things. How could you be but okay. And then a few years ago I said, so Mom, what sign are you going to send me? And she said, I'm not sending you a sign. I'm like, really? Seriously? After all this? After everything? But I moved in after she took her fall, and we were talking about it again, and I told her, I said, you're going to send me a sign, and it better be loud and proud for this Capricorn. So I was in there from Wednesday morning, got her safely to the cottage in the meadow Sunday, and 3 times I've drawn my angel cards, and 3 times in a row at Fieldstone I got change is unavoidable, so I knew higher ups were cluing me in, you know, our physical relationship was going to change and transform. And Sunday Tuesday I got a different card. Monday morning we got some respite in the canyon that had already been planned. Our 30th wedding anniversary was Tuesday, and Linda was, God winks, God sent Linda, and Linda was there for Mom, and his mom took her last breath. But Monday morning I pulled another card and I got the change is unavoidable for the 4th time in a week, and I looked at Jim and I said, she's leaving her body today. And we went down to the river. We had our handmade drums, and we drummed in her honor by the river, and a doe held its space right off next to us on the other side of the river. And Dad sent an eagle. The eagle flew over our heads. And we went back to the condo that we had been in for about 24 hours at that point. And Jim, inside the condo, Jim points up, way up high on the window, and he said, look, bright green praying mantis. And he caught it, set it free, and I saw that praying mantis. And I looked at Jim and I said, Mom just left her body. And then the phone rang from hospice, but I already knew. And Sunday I had a different emotion. I was really elated. I was stoked. I'm like, because I was coaching Mom, I said, Mom, you can get some lessons from Dad. You know, Dad is really good. So, you know, it took him a bit, and then I'm like, man, I was just like going around on Sunday, like, Mom, you're awesome. You hardly left your body. And you did this cool thing, and it was even better than Dad's sign, and it was faster. And then later in the week, Dale had texted me or left a voice message or something and said, I think I saw your mom dropped in today. I was walking my dog, and there's a green praying mantis on the sidewalk. And Jeanette and her husband, Lee, they found one shortly after too. And so then she sent, when we were going out to see the funeral home, driving down, and this eagle, not eagle, it was a hawk, but it was flying alongside the car about 20 feet out and all along the road, and it was talking, and I have the window down because I'm telling Jim, I said, really cool, they're both into it now, and it's really working well. And I'm waving out the window, and people would have thought, I go, hi, I love you, blowing kisses to the hawk, and then I was out in my yard, and the 2 hummingbirds were right by my ears, so she's figured it out. and I think that's my conclusion of that, and I have another song. Figure out the music
Well, I
again.
think my praying mantis up on a hot sidewalk.
You saved the praying mantis, that's good.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Kali Durge Namo Namah. Kali Durge Namo Namah. Jyoti Kundalini Namo Namah. Jyoti Kundalini Namo Namah. Kali Durge Namo Namah. Knelt on a precipice, watching the moon rise. Felt that chill of truth go through me. No matter how far I've fallen, I'm still in the lap of God, and all good things are coming to me. And it's alright, even in my soul's dark night. It's alright, I know I'll find my way, and someday I'll look back on this and say, it was just a dream. Though there are things I'd change, if I could go back in time, hearts I'd touch and doors I'd open. It's every choice I made that led me to this place, the twisted path, the words unspoken. And it's alright, there's no black or white. It's alright, you do the best you can. reaching back like rivers to the ocean, and it's alright. Birth and death and life, I think it's alright. We just go on and on and on. Pranamidam, pranamidam. Everything goes back to
Death, the last sleep? No, it is the final awakening. Life is eternal, and love is immortal, and death is only a horizon, and a horizon is nothing save the limit of our sight. What we once deeply loved, we can never lose, for all that we love deeply becomes a part of us. That's our memories, and our reminder. Mom is always beside me, and will continue to guide me from the other side. You are the sky, the clouds are what happens, what comes and what goes. Love is drawn in the form of a circle. No one knows when it begins, and it never really ends. That's from the movie Needle and Haystack. 4 questions of value in life. What is sacred? What does the spirit need? What is living for? And what is worth dying for? And the answer to each one is the same: love. Lord Byron.
Well, I wrote this during breakfast this morning and typed at moments before I got here. So I'm usually an A student. I'm usually more prepared than that. So, but I wanted to do a tribute, and the theme is love. Mom was all about love, fierce, protective, and mortal love. My father was able to enjoy a 44-year career with the National Security Agency, with Mom being the wings that held him up. He only had to get up, get dressed, and go. And she took care of everything else: the dry cleaning, the shopping, laundry, house cleaning, cooking, and paying the bills. Her house was always tidy. I used to joke you could eat on any surface. She was always there for me, greeting me when I came home from school. Room mother, field trip mom, stocking the fridge with my favorite snacks that my friends and I could daily enjoy. In later years, she was there when I moved into my first house. She even painted the closets while I was at work. I didn't know that was a thing. Never half painted the closet myself. She flew across country for Kaylee's birth and was there when Kaylee faced major surgery when she was 3. Mom moved in with me during that time. She was always there for 64 years. She has been my biggest fan. She always dressed to the nines, had her hair done every week. Of course, we know she went to lunch every day. Didn't know how to wash her hair. I had to teach her that during COVID. Didn't know she didn't know how to do that either. She led the perfect 1950s housewife life, but she did not start that way. She was born during the Depression, and money was tight. but her family was rich in the love department. When she made that bold move to leave her small Michigan town for Washington, D.C. at the tender age of 18, her father assigned her, assured her she could always come home if things did not work out. That is love. Things quickly worked out when she met my dad, Tom, a D.C. boy born and raised. He was most impressed that she troubleshooted his disabled car by finding the lost fuse. Because she knew a little bit more by being a country girl. Watched following her brothers and her dad. Home for her was always Hillsdale, Michigan, and we were there every summer for 2 weeks. And every time Dad traveled alone for up to 6 weeks in Asia. I loved the small town feel and having a tribe of aunts, uncles, and cousins. When Dad went to Vietnam for a year by himself in 1972, Mom and I supported each other with love. When Dad graduated to the other side 12 years ago, love showed us the way from the earth angels here, all of you before me, and the powerful divine love, the God spark of the universe, and the team of angels and her whole family on the other side. As her health declined, our roles slowly reversed, and I was the one that made sure her apartment was tidy and her cupboards well stocked, and that she was safe and had quality of life, whatever was in my power to help her. I advocated for her as best as I could. I could not have done this alone without Jim, Aloha, Rhonda, Linda, Nadia, Jeanette, Sherry, you were even there when moving her out of the house 12 years ago there. The care team at Fieldstone, Manny and Rachel, her hospice team, Melissa, Ariana, Yuli, and finally the hospice team in the cottage in the meadow where Mom's soul took flight. She has now shown me love and support from the other side, just like Dad does. Love never, ever dies. It just transforms. This final song Mom selected last night, using a little of that God wink magic that has become a staple in my life. It is about love and that strong, unbroken soul connection that us humans in Earth School are blessed to have.
Careful.
And there's that drink.
That thing's gonna get you.
Song.
his body to the earth for her king. We release her spirit. God brought it into being. We ask for God's blessing with each of us as we leave, that God's peace would remain with us in our memories until the time comes when all of the memories will be tinged with smiles, not with tears. We can remember that it was good to have had her part of our lives and for us to have been a part of hers. Go in peace. Go with God's blessing. Amen.
Thank everyone for coming today and celebrating Phyllis's life. After this, we will have a reception. If you would like, you can follow me. I will lead you guys to Rainier Memorial Center, and we'll also have a slideshow to celebrate Phyllis's life as well. So we would love to have you all there. At this time, it will conclude the service. Just so you guys are all aware, the cemetery's rules are that family cannot stay for the lowering, but Miss Claire is going to be your family representative here. That's going to be here the entire time while she is lowered into her final resting place for now. Thank you.
You're gonna put the flowers.
Yeah. We'll do that. Let's have so much flowers.
Pass stuff out. We were just gonna take some of the purple flowers and put them on the prayer bed. She said something about it.
I know.
Because every time my mom puts the flowers to her, she goes, honey, you do it. She's already she is favorite color too? Yes.
This is cute. How she could
You do know the color.
Yeah, they're cute.
And I go, okay, Mom.
Oh, okay. Be careful.
I will, I promise.
Yeah. Watch the bump. Or I didn't have it.
She told me that.
Yeah, that's what she told me.
I was just
The phone keeps getting stuck in your chair.
listen up. I'd rather go
She likes them now. She's in a different place. She likes what now? We need to put your flowers on the
There you go. Nobody's lives forever.
Yeah. No.
This is like a soldier thing, isn't it?
Are you okay?
My, that's how we did it. They had us on my mom's. So we all went on, but
There you go. That sounds
Sun's not real
on
helpful.
my cell phone.
Oh, thank you. I just like the cute pedal sounds. I mean, she's 3,000 miles away.
And yes.